In Parshat Pinhas, we are moving swiftly towards Tisha B'Av, and there's still time. There's still a possibility to change. Maybe this year we won't have to fast. Yesterday, my very, very sweet and adorable 12-year-old son sat next to me in the living room with a very serious expression. You know that teenage look? So I asked, okay, what happened, Benaya? And he sits there beside me, fully engaged, and he is telling me, Ima, Hashem doesn't want me to study Gemara. Whoa, I replied. How did you come up to this conclusion? And he answered, I can't find my Gemara. Now you have to understand the context. Benaya will be bar mitzvah in half a year, berech, soon, in Kislev. And he decided he wants to do a siyum on Masechet Megillah. And he's very sweet and he tries hard to learn. It's not always easy. And he couldn't find his Gemara. And he searched he searched in the living room, he searched in his room, in all the bookshelves in our home, but he couldn't find it anywhere. And his conclusion was that God doesn't want me to study Gemara. And I asked him, but how explain to me, why is this what you think? And he said, Hashem is the king of the world. He can do anything. If he wants me to study Gemara, I would have easily found my book. And I thought to myself, honestly, their brain, the way teenage brain works during adolescence is something that is worth researching. But us too, in Parshat Pinhas, this is how I feel that we are teenagers in the desert as a nation. We are teenagers. We left Egypt, but we haven't reached Israel, the land of Israel yet. And that brings a song to my mind. And I don't know if the righteous listeners of this podcast know any Britney Spears songs. Oh, so anyway, she has this song. And it reminds me of a sentence from there that she said, I'm not a girl, not yet a woman. And we as a nation, during Parashat Pinhas, we are not babies anymore. We're not babies. We left Egypt, but we're also not grown-ups anymore. And Parashat Pinhas is like the top. Everything is on the edge. Everything. It's all emotions, hormones. Everything is exploding. Disrespect. Look at Zimri, the thing he does, out in front of everybody. It's like no limit, nachon, bli gvul, no boundaries. Jealousy, Pinhas, he's an extremist, and you can't kill someone. And that is also like bli gvul, without boundaries. And then love. Then you have Bnot Tzlofchad, who love Eretz Israel so much. And everything is to the maximum. And there's a magic to that, right? I mean, being a bit extremist. Sometimes I feel old, and I envy my kids who still see the world in black and white, and they want to have everything to the maximum, and they're burning inside. Sometimes I envy that. And on the other hand, I'm afraid of extremists. I want everything to be balanced in life. And on the third hand, I want to be hot. I want to burn. I want to be all in. And don't get me wrong, for sure, being extreme is something that you can't run life with, especially jealousy. You can't be Pinhas. We can't be Pinhas. But being frozen and indifferent to reality, having things happen and not get into me, that's also not a life that I want to live. So I try to think, how can I work both these aspects in my life? And the thing that I think what will help me balance between being old and being too young and teenaged is taking responsibility. This is the thing. This is the way I see it. And this is what I told Benaya. Listen, Benaya, Hashem loves you. Hashem wants you to study Gemara. Yesterday, when you finished studying, you put the book somewhere. Maybe you just left it on the living room table, and the cleaning lady or me or your sister or someone just put it somewhere. It's not Hashem's fault. It's not the desert anymore. Now you want to be a grown-up, you have to take responsibility. Look for it. Find out where is your Gemara. So, Baruch Hashem, I forgot the sentence, right? You have the sentence, when it came to an end. I don't remember the sentence, but Besofo shel davar, finally he found his Gemara, and Baruch Hashem, he sat and studied. But I stayed with this thought that if we really want to be grown-ups for real, and now in the 3 weeks, B'shloshet HaShavuot, if we really want to build the Bet HaMikdash once again, and we really want to make this work, we need to take responsibility. So thank you so much for listening to me, and have a Shabbat Shalom.